let's talk limits versus boundaries. I just did a little blip about limits and finding limits with my dog in terms of how often I want her in my car and reaching my limit on that one day. And, I just hear in my head, well, what is the difference between limits and setting a boundary? And limit is what we feel and what we connect with that informs us that we need to set a boundary. Limits are very personal. Limits are felt. Maybe they're experienced through frustration, resentment, disappointment, exhaustion, right? Like they're emotions that tend to be a little bit on the heavier side that just let us know, ooh, we're done here. We've hit a mark. We've hit a limit in how much of this we will take on right now. And that right now is important because it could be, 5 minutes later, it's okay. But right now, there's a limit that's there. So I think it's very important as we start setting limits to also consider boundaries and considering with this limit, what is my boundary? For me, with the limit of I'm maxed out, I need alone space. I need space alone. I'm maxed out on the limit of the amount of driving, I'll have with my dog in the car today. And then the boundary is she stays home when I go. And that's really important that we start thinking about that. And we think about limits as being an own internal knowing if I've had too much of something, or maybe I haven't had enough of something. And there's a limit on like the amount of lack that I'm able to hold or that I want to hold. And then what is the action, the exterior boundary that I get to do that honors and supports that limit.